baby. We back at it again. Another hot review for you. Drams on deck. Today we got another one. Today, we got the Old Pulteney 12-year. Is in the building. Yes, sir. This thing's sitting at 40%, 80 proof ABV. And this is a Scotch whiskey. And this one right here, just show you the box right here. Old Pulteney 12-year. Quick little 360 of the box. Nothing too special. Top comes up. And it's just a pretty simple. Nothing too fancy, schmancy. But Old Pulteney 12-year is in the building. So, I actually had this bottle for about 2 months now. I got it from a local store down here called Bevmo in Southern California. I got it for about 45 bucks I got it for. It's not gonna break the bank. It's not hard to find. It's pretty readily available. Entry level, well, you know, pretty much 40% is I would call it entry level ABV. But nevertheless, this one has some salty maritime characters to it. We're gonna dive into those notes in just a second. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to dive into Old Pulteney. This is actually my very first bottle of Old Pulteney, so I just wanted to give it a nice little review before I get it, pretty much destroy the bottle. The rest of it was left, and like I said, man, I think this one right here is one that I think bourbon lovers may get into a little bit more, but we'll dive into that. As always, we're gonna nose it, taste it, and score it. That being said, let's jump right in this review. Let you take a look at the color. It's a very nice light color, very light. It looks young. It's 12 years, but looks a little young. Very light, almost apple juice type color, light amber. And this one right here, it's not very creamy. I don't see a lot of legs dripping down here. But this one right here, like I said, it's 40%, so it's not gonna shouldn't knock your socks off with like being strong or anything like that. That's why I would call very, very easy going. Now I will say on the nose, I just jumped on this nose. I do enjoy the nose. It smells almost like caramel candy, honey, nice whiff of vanilla, caramel candy, vanilla, and honey. Yes, very nice. It almost smells like a little oat character. Like it almost smells like a nice fresh bowl of oatmeal. Sweet oak, vanilla, honeycomb, caramel candy. That's what I smell. It's very nice. And it's not very flagrant or very heavy on the nose, nothing like that. It's just nice. Believe it or not, it has a nice nose. I'm not the biggest nose person, but this is a nice one right here. Ooh, that being said, let's jump right into this taste buds and see what they got. Let's go. Nice. As always, I like to take the first sip. Let it open my palate up. Right now, my palate is tingling. Very first shot of the day. Sensitizing my palate. I'm gonna take another sip, and that kind of really saturates the flavors, and I can really dive more into those notes for you. That being said, second sip is going down. That being said, on the taste buds, has some similarities to what I smell. So it does taste honey and vanilla. Now keep in mind, this 12 years is aged in ex-bourbon cask. So 12 years in bourbon cask. So that vanilla, that sweet oak flavor that bourbon has, it also has the same effect. So that's why I said I think a lot of bourbon drinkers may enjoy this. But in addition to that, it has like a little bit more of a salty flavor to it. Not overly salty, but has, you can definitely tell the enhancement of some sea salt, something like that. Call it maritime. I actually enjoy that. So you have the vanilla, the honey, and then you have the salt, and it goes together very well with some sweet oak. It is a very nice. The palate is nice. I really enjoy it. Now, also, the caveat onto that is that it's only 40%, so it's not going to be super heavy punch. You don't get that of just like, you know, I mean, people who drink higher proof whiskey, spirits, whatever it may be, whether it be tequila, whatever. You know what I'm talking about when you have a, you know, that first sip or so, how it just, the ABV is, and I guess a little bit more hot, I would say. And I think for me, on my palate, at least the higher ABV, sometimes it lingers more and the flavors are more turned up. So this one right here is 40%, so has a very nice mellow mouthfeel to it. It's not super creamy, it's not hot whatsoever. I wouldn't suggest putting water in it because it's very, very, I would say light on the taste. It's not super heavy. The finish is kind of like about a medium short, a little bit shorter than medium finish for me. So I think that, me personally, I think if this was 46% or higher, it would definitely do a little bit more justice as far as the finish, and also as well as I think the flavors would be more turned up, meaning that it'd be more flavorful with higher ABV. That being said, I like it the way it is. The other side is the fact that it's such a low ABV. People who are entry level, people who are just not used to drinking spirits very straight, I think they can probably drink this straight. It wouldn't be an issue for them. So my whole thing is this: if you are a higher proof, more of experienced sipper, I think this is definitely, the flavors are definitely there. But I would say that if you're looking for something heavy with a heavy punch of alcohol, it's not going to carry. This is not going to have that effect. So if you're looking for something that higher proof, a lot of high intensity and long lingering effect as far as the taste buds, that necessarily won't be this particular expression, not the 12 year, because it's only 40%. Now, if you're pretty much an entry level person, that like maybe you're a person from bourbon looking to cross over to a Scotch, I think this will be a very good spirit for you. So I think I'm a little bit more seasoned. So like I said, I prefer higher proofs. Nowadays, almost, you know, it's very few bottles nowadays that I touch that's 40%. So normally for me personally, anything that's 43% or higher alcohol is what I normally buy. This one, I just want to try it out. It's 40%. I like it. I don't regret it whatsoever. It's only $45, so you can't beat that. There's no regret whatsoever. But like I said, if you look for high proof, something with a punch to it, long finish, not particularly this. But if you're an entry level person looking to, you know, try something like that doesn't have a very heavy, not very pungent, not very like abrasive or hot, this will definitely be a good one. I think if you have someone who just, like, for example, I gave it to my girlfriend. She drinks mixed drinks. I gave her this and she drunk it no problem. So I think for somebody like that would you say rookie into drinking, I think this may be a good one, especially like I said, people who are strictly just predominantly bourbon drinkers. This would be a good crossover to a Scotch. But again, the notes on this, I'm picking up salt, vanilla, sweet oak, honey, and this is a very nice one, man. Take one more sip and we're going to score it. Yeah, on the back end is where I get a lot more salt. So on the finish, on my palate at least, that's where I get the brine, sea salt, maritime characters on the finish. On the entry level, you get up front when it first goes into my mid palate. That's where you get the sweet oak, the vanilla, a little bit of honey, and then as soon as right before it goes down the hatch, and then on the finish, it's straight salt and maritime. So all in all, I like the flavor. I like the characters. It's good. Like I said, I just wish it was a higher ABV. That's mainly it. And you know what I'm saying? So for me, for $45, you can't beat that. The value is there. Availability is there. So that's a plus and a plus. You don't have to break the bank. It's less than, like I said, it's in the 40s, and it's pretty rarely available. It's not hard to find whatsoever. So you figure this is, like I said, depending upon what you're looking for, this can definitely fit the bill. So if this is a comfort drink, something that you want to drink on a daily basis, you don't want to get too messed up, you don't want to break the bank, something you don't want to go all around just to find something, this definitely fit the bill. It's definitely something that you would have in your rotation, comfort drink, something of that nature. Scoring this 1 out of a 10, 10 being the best for me, Drams on deck. I would score this Old Pulteney 1 out of a 10. Man, I give it, if I'm just doing taste alone, I give it a solid 7 3/4. So it's just shy of an 8. 7 3/4. And the reason why, which is 7.75. And the reason why is, like I said, and that's all around. So when I factor in taste, availability, the price, everything, 7 7.5. Just shy of an 8, which is a very good, it's a pretty good score. Like I said, I like the flavors. Like I said, you pretty much get the feel of a bourbon cask with a little bit with more salt up in it. The people say it gets smoke. I get very little smoke on this one from my palate. So I mean, it's a little bit. I get more salt than I do smoke. There is like maybe a little small, very vague, whiff of smoke, but it's very faint for me. I don't pick much of it up. But be that as it may, if I could think of something to compare this to, think of this similar to Old Pulteney. Ever had an Old Pulteney 14? Old Pulteney 14 year. This has some similarities to an Old Pulteney 14 year. I think the Old Pulteney is a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit more mature. It is 4 years older, or 2 years older as I was. And I think it's a little bit more smoke on the Old Pulteney. And to me, it's just a better, Old Pulteney 14 is better than this in my personal opinion. But just imagine this is, this is slightly lower proof. So just think of this, in my opinion, on my taste buds, I think of this as a little brother of the Old Pulteney 14 in some sense. There's some similarities. So if you do like the Old Pulteney 14, which you can find that, I reviewed that, you can find that really available, I think you will like this. I think it's good for entry-level people. I think it's good for easy sippers. If you want something that's easy to find, don't break the bank, like a comfort drink, this definitely can do it. For me, 7 3/4, which is 7.75 for me. I think this is very good value. That's out the door. Price, taste, availability. 7.75 for me. Drams on deck, man. I hope you got something out there. So if you never had this spirit before, if you want to try it for the first time, check it out. I mean, it shouldn't be hard to find even like a small pour at one of your nice, maybe local high-end restaurants, maybe like a steakhouse, Outback, Texas Roadhouse, something of that nature. Probably may have a pour of Dram in this. So if you never had it, but either way, like I said, it's only 40 something bucks, so it's not gonna break the bank. Old Pulteney 12-year, Drams on deck, man. I hope you got something out of that. If you have any questions whatsoever, hit me in the comment box. I always try my best to respond to every single person. Thanks again for your time, man. Also, in the description box, I have a Instagram page, a Drams on Deck page. So in that page, I have bottles that I have yet reviewed. Some of them I have, and actually a couple reviews in there. So check out my Instagram page. And if you choose to support whatsoever, I do have a Cash App Patreon in my description box if you choose to support whatsoever, independent, everything I do. But like I said, I just try to keep it real and give everything, pretty much a top-notch, honest review. So anyway, take care. Sign out. Drams on deck. Yes, sir.